Hello, thank you for tuning in to Cosmic Co TV. I am Cosmic Co, intuitive reader, metaphysical life coach, astrologer, creative director, all of the things. But I am here to provide a collective reading today. As you can see, we are outside. I can't really see the camera, so I'm just gonna trust that things are good. Pray for me, y'all. Yesterday we had the Aries full moon, and I don't know if that ties into the energy of today. I'm sure it does. I don't know if it necessarily relates to what it is that I will share, but I felt called to do something a little different, get with the energy, get aligned. It's also Venus Day. Happy Venus Day. And I want to say that this is the first time in a long time that a Venus Day has actually felt like a Venus Day to me. Like, I don't know. I love Venus, but I don't feel like I strongly relate to Venus. But today I feel a little, okay. So I am going to do a collective reading. I'm going to pull some cards, and let's just get straight into it. So starting off with my OG, the Wild Offering Oracle deck. Starting off with the Wild Offering Oracle deck. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this current state and time, please, Spirit? I ask that you allow me to be a clear channel in order to deliver these messages with confidence and clarity, completely unbiased, with my own personal thoughts and feelings aside, please, Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective? Thank you. Striving. Okay, I feel like this will strongly resonate with the last blog post that I uploaded on my site. Link is always in the description. Please feel free to check it out. My blog is there. You can book personal private readings there, astrology services, purchase merchandise, as well as everything else. But I feel like this is going to relate to the last blog post. It's definitely tying into the last blog post that I made. We have striving and service. That blog post was about Capricorn, Pluto being in Capricorn and us being in the last days. Pluto moves out of Capricorn in the middle of November, if I'm not mistaken, 17th, 19th, somewhere around there. And although Pluto retrograde just ended, we are kind of still in that energy because we have felt the effects of Pluto in Aquarius, and this lasting moment in Pluto and Capricorn is really showing us the error of our ways. And what I mean by that is the error in which how we've placed so much weight, power, value on our calling and accomplishing that calling, and having this fear of failure tied to that calling, that we have made it our end all be all. And for so many of us, we've made our calling our career. And not that it wasn't necessary, or not that that's not how you were led to do it, but that there were just a lot of lessons that were connected to that, and the lessons have been learned. So now we're moving away from that and realizing that my calling does not have to be my career. My calling is not the end all be all. And the failure of this career, because it's not a failure of the calling, but the failure of this career is not going to kill me. It is not life or death. It is not the end. It does not mean that I have failed at my calling. So this is what this energy feels like with this striving and service. Releasing this over accomplishing, releasing this overachieving, releasing this end all be all. I need for this to work out, and I need for it to work out in this way and look this way, and be my end all be all. We're moving out of that. I believe that we will see a shift of entrepreneurship and of branding in business in the ways that it has become so popular, because it's being removed. We're letting it go. We're moving into Aquarius energy. It's a generational energy, and it's freedom, it's liberation, it's returning back to what we know works. And especially with this Jupiter in Gemini. Why was that so difficult to say? This Jupiter in Gemini energy, we are already in an era of gigs, but we will see more jack of all trades kind of people. You will begin to see people not place so much weight, value, and purpose on what they do. And there will be freedom and liberation in that of, yes, I'm an artist. Yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Yes, I'm a creative. Yes, I might work at the store down the street. Yes, I do all of these things, but they are not me. And one of the statements that came to me through that download was, we've been chasing a career so long that we've forgotten to chase life. And that is what we are being called to do, chase life. We're so adamant on doing something different and rebelling against the norm or what we saw or what we were told and taught. And yes, it is possible. Yes, we've shown that it's possible. Yes, you will still have and do and be, but it does not have to be the end all be all. It will not be to your detriment. You do not have to stress or worry. And we need to realize and learn that you have the power. You can go and rewrite and reconsider your contract on this earth at any point in time. God, you've placed this calling upon me, and I feel as though you've told me to do it this way. But if you want me to continue doing it in this way, I need XYZ. This struggle, this striving, this scarcity is not in alignment with my mental health. It's not helping me in any way. It's actually becoming detrimental to me. I need this, and this in order for me to continue in this calling in this way. If it's not meant for me to continue in this calling in this way, God, I ask that you show me where or how it is that I am supposed to move forward. You have the capability to rewrite your contract in any moment, in any state, in any place. You don't have to. You shouldn't be striving, right? And I don't want to. Striving is not the issue, right? I don't want it to seem like it's a bad thing, but you shouldn't be striving. You shouldn't be struggling. You shouldn't be hustling. You should be asking, how can I be of service? God, how do you want to utilize me in this space? God, how can I fulfill my calling today? That is what we're supposed to be returning to, our why. Because oftentimes we got connected with our calling. We felt led. We found purpose. But we then shifted and forgot that the whole point of this was for me to be of service. It was not about me. It is for me to be of service, for God to utilize me with my talents, with my gifts, with my skills. And we allow hustle to intervene with that. We allow life needs, scarcity to intervene with that. That is not your purpose. That is not what was asked of you. How can you be of service? You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. Literally, exactly what we are talking about. Eventually, the individual ego's drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to answers as they arise. Thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. All right, I am using my Light Seers Tarot deck. Spirit, let's get some more clarification. Let's get some more clarification, please, Spirit. So exactly what energy do you want the collective to embody? What action should they take towards keeping in alignment with you, towards returning to this energy? Also, what I just heard was this fear of failure that we've had. It's causing us to not leave. It's causing us to we have this fear of giving up. And it's like one thing that I've learned recently, even on a small scale, is that you have to fail in order to realize that the fear that you had is not that serious. Like you have to reach the rock bottom. You have to accomplish, experience is the word that I'm trying to look for. You have to experience the thing that you are feeling fearing in order to realize that it was never that fucking serious to begin with. We have death and rebirth. Like, oh my gosh, I'm fearing my business being unsuccessful. I'm fearing going a month without income here. Okay, sure. You're so scared that it's paralyzing you. I cannot go this month without making X amount of money. If I don't make X amount of money, my life is going to end. That's what your body is telling you internally. That's what your memories are telling you. That's what your mind is telling you. And God is like, okay, I have to show you. I have to allow you to experience this so that you can see it's not that fucking serious, right? It's not life or death. And it's going to be taken care of regardless. Like, it's not up to you. That's really what it's about. It's not up to you. It's not up to you. It never was. It's not up to you, and it never was. So you have to experience the thing that you are fearing in order to realize that that fear was so paralyzing and so unnecessary to start with. So with this death and rebirth of like, let things die, let them go, let them end, give up on them. Like, you have to let things end, you have to let them die to realize that, okay, maybe they actually weren't dead to begin with, or maybe it isn't done, or maybe this isn't the end, but I have to see it as the end in this moment in order to be able to move forward. Detachment. Speaking from experience, within a relationship, my past relationship, sure, this might not feel like this is over. This might not feel like this is end. Within my spirit, I might be able to see the path. But right now, in this moment, the only way to break this attachment, the only way to shift this mindset is to completely let go of it. I have to end it. I have to give up in this space. Because if I do not, then therefore, I will not be able to have the mental, physical, spiritual, emotional shift that is necessary in order to move forward. Sometimes you got to let it die in order to revive it. Sometimes, yes, it might not actually be the end, but you have to see it as the end. You have to give up on it. You have to let it fail. It doesn't mean that it's actually the end, right? It doesn't mean that you were wrong. It doesn't mean that this won't happen. It doesn't mean the manifestations won't come in. But in order for me to get there, in order for me to get to the next step, in order for me to keep moving, in order for me to progress and change, I gotta believe that it is. I have to see it as such. It's all matrix. It's the matrix. Like, the whole thing with the matrix is that the matrix ends, but the thing is that it never actually ends. It's the same people, the same things, the same beings, the same programming that just circulates or creates this own ending so that it can be rebirthed again. It's the same process. It's the same project. It's the same program. But still, I have to convince you that this is the end. This is the death. This is the war. This is the chaos. This is death. In order for me to reboot this motherfucker back up and for it to be the same thing all over again. It's just gonna look different. It's just gonna look different. All right, Spirit, what else do you have for the collective at this current state in time? 4 of Wands. What I heard was somebody is not celebrating themselves. Even in death should be a celebration of life. Even in mourning, it should be a celebration of life, the Hierophant. So if you are experiencing this fear of failure, if you are experiencing this giving up, don't see it as a mourning. Don't see it as a grief. Instead, see it as a celebration of life. Oh my God, I'm giving up entrepreneurship after XYZ. Oh my God, I'm giving up this business idea after XYZ. Oh my God, I'm giving up content creation after XYZ. Guess what? Baby, you survived. You did it. You tried for however long you tried. You believed for however long you believed. That's a reason to celebrate. God provided for you for however long it was that you were attempting this. That's a reason to celebrate. That's not a reason to cry. There's no grief to be had there. That's something to be proud of. That's an accomplishment. I believed so hard for this long, and I was provided for this long while I went out and I tried and I did and I tested and I programmed and I did it. I did it. Maybe it didn't look how I wanted it to look, but I did it. I believed. I tried. I attempted. I learned. I built. Even though I might have to tear this motherfucker down, I built something. I started something. I tried something. I learned something. That's beautiful. That's a reason to celebrate. Celebration of life. Celebration of life. All right, Spirit, one last card. What other messages do you have for the collective at this current state and time, please, Spirit? Too many cards. Too many cards. Thank you. Okay, I'll take these two. Yeah, further confirmation. Further confirmation. We have the Nine of Cups and the Five of Cups. Literally the shift in mindset that is necessary. Realizing what you have accomplished, what you are capable of, what you achieved, what happened for you rather than what is happening to you kind of energy. Celebration of life. Acknowledgement of power. Acknowledgement of magic is what this Nine of Cups just gave me. Baby, you too busy crying over what didn't happen that you don't realize all of these little small wins, all of these cups add up to something big. You're crying because the big cup didn't show up. Did you forget all of the 12,000 cups you collected over this time? Did you forget all of the 12,000 small accomplishments that you had? Did you forget all of the connections that you made? Did you forget all of the opportunities that found you? Did you forget all of the experiences that you had? Because you're looking for this big cup. The big cup didn't happen. I'm sad that the big cup didn't happen. And God is saying, but look at how many little ones I have given you. Look at all of the blessings I have given you. Don't denounce that. Don't reduce that. Now, moving on to close out this reading, I am going to pull from my Angels and Ancestors deck one card, and I'm actually going to read this one from the book. All right, Spirit, what final message do you have for the collective at this current state and time, please, Spirit? What final message do you have for the collective at this current state and time, please, Spirit? Thank you. Stargazer, set your sights higher. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Traveler, move in a new direction. So, Stargazer, set your sights higher. Go beyond your limitations and believe that the impossible is possible. Do you ever remember wishing on a star when you were a child, and in your innocence believing that your wish would come true? The Stargazer connects with the energy of the cosmos and reminds you that you have the ability to draw in support from the universe. His cloak, with its sparkles and light, shows that you are closer to the energy of the universe than you think. You don't have to go out looking for it. It's already there. So look beyond where you are and create even bigger dreams, visions, and goals, because with the power and help of the cosmos, those wishes can come true. The extended message. You are on the verge of a miracle. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp, and you are being guided to focus on your vision. The angels who are with you are encouraging you. There is nothing that you cannot have or achieve. There is an opportunity at this time to heal an old wound or a pattern of lack and not feeling good enough. In the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you are deserving of blessings. Angel and ancestor wisdom is reminding you that you are an incredible and infinite spark of the universe, and the universe is not only within you, it absolutely adores you. You are talented, filled with strength, and have the abilities you need to turn your wildest dreams into reality. So once again, let it die. Let it die. Let it die, so that you can move past and transform, change, and accomplish exactly what it is that you want. Sometimes you just have to take a moment to realize that the thing that you fear is not something to fear at all. It's not that serious, it's not that big. And to remember that you are not in control. Reconnect with your why. Remember to be of service rather than allowing the human brain, the logic mind, in scarcity, because I don't know what else to call it in this moment. Your physical needs, right? The root chakra. My loved one told me that God never told you to worry about your circumstance. God never told you to worry about your circumstance. So you need to embody that and adapt that moving forward. God never told me to worry about my circumstance. So I'm going to do what God has told me to do. I'm going to be of service and I'm going to follow my calling. And therefore, I ain't got nothing to worry about. It's not for me to figure out where the money coming from, where the food coming from, how the house gonna be, the rent gonna be paid. It's my time to go. That is it. That is all. It's all love, light beams. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to check out the description bar. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Love y'all.